Welcome to Winter Park, Florida, where the old oak trees and the cobblestone streets have whispers of secrets of the past. Hi, I'm Melissa Johnson with American Dream TV, and we are here in Winter Park, Florida, and we're going to find out some stories, things that you may not have heard about before. This city offers old world charm, luxury homes, but the thing that we don't know about are the secrets that, well, you'll have to wait to find out. Tonight, I am here with Rich Bradley from the Original Orlando Tours, which is known for bringing all the history of Central Florida alive. So Rich, you are kind of a celebrity and have a pretty impressive background. What with that background led you to create these tours?
I don't know about celebrity, but I'm glad to share the story. I used to work in television, produced a number of shows, ran a few networks, so I've always been a storyteller. And in 2018, we decided we wanted to develop a tour company that didn't go to the obvious spots, but instead would tell the stories that maybe only locals know, and sometimes locals don't even know.
That is exactly what you have done, is you have gone to the complete unobvious. And one of the things, the tours that we're going to talk about tonight is the ghosts of Winter Park. And I can promise you, these are some stories that most people do not know about.
No, and these are some of my favorite stories, and we've got thunder to go with it, so I think we're good.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
So Rich, we're here at the Rollins College campus, and there's so many significant places on the tour. What is one of your favorite?
Definitely the Annie Russell Theater. If you go online, you'll find a ton of ghost stories about Annie Russell there, and we actually had an experience during a tour group once. Are you ready to check it out?
I'm ready to check it out.
All right, let's
go.
do it. Okay.
Rich, we're here at the Annie Russell Theater, and I have to ask, what is the most surprising reaction that you've had from a guest on one of your tours?
Are you ready to get a few chills? All right, so there's another place in Winter Park where a murder took place on the second story, and a child was there to witness it. He wasn't the one murdered, but he witnessed it. And they say his spirit continued to haunt that building. Well, we had a bunch of spirituals and mediums and people like that, force-sensitive people, see that building. Before we could tell the story, one of the women said, something evil happened in the second story of that building. That put a chill down my back, because we hadn't pointed that building out or anything. But the other thing that was interesting, you were actually on this tour.
I was. I remember this.
We came to the Annie Russell Theater. We took a group photo, and there was an orb in the background. And as you can see, the moon's not there. It wasn't there that night. There's no lights. And that also happens to be the area of the theater on the second story where Annie used to sit and watch shows, and supposedly her ghost sat there. But there are tons of stories about Annie Russell here.
So Rich, we're here at the Park Plaza Hotel.
Yeah, one of my favorite spots in Winter Park. Built in 1922. Look at the beautiful woodwork in this place.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It's like Tower of Terror lobby, but it's real.
Right.
Yeah. You want to go upstairs where the ghosts are?
All right, let's go take a look.
Let's do it. I'm going to show you some cool stuff, but you'll have to join the tour to see it.
Okay, so Rich, you have done such a great job with the Ghost of Winter Park tours, made it so memorable. But you offer some other tours that bring the history of Winter Park alive. What are some of those tours that people can enjoy?
We do a bunch, and I only wanted to show you some highlights tonight. I don't want to scare you too much, but we do so many tours here, particularly because Winter Park is such a special place to Central Floridians. It's so different from what many people expect when you think of the Orlando area, but it also has a lot to offer too. So there's great food, and we have a food tour at Winter Park. There's a lot of celebrities who came here, still come here. We see them sometimes on our tours, which is pretty cool. So we have a celebrities tour that's coming up in a few months. But there's so much history here as well. And so we go through the history tours. We have a new tour, a culture and arts tour that we're developing with Visit Orlando and United Arts of Central Florida. So there's almost something for everybody, but my favorite thing is our Mr. Rogers tours. And a lot of people don't realize, even people here in Winter Park, Mr. Rogers wrote about half of his scripts for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood right here in Winter Park. And we show you where he wrote them, and we give you his whole life story. So we really try to show you the not so obvious things about Central Florida, and particularly Winter Park.
And you do such an amazing job making it such a unique experience, and it really brings the history that a lot of us that live here, we don't even know until we go on these tours.
That's what we try to do, is that we want your experience here in Winter Park to be the same sort of joy that you get out of maybe a visit to Disney or Universal. We know we're not Universal or Disney, but that same sort of euphoria, like, wow, that was super cool. That's what we're aiming for.
Well, you do a great job at it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening in Winter Park, Florida. I'm your host for American Dream, Melissa Johnson.